The journey of Vietnam U21 at the 2025 U21 Volleyball World Championship concluded with many emotions and hopes. Phenomenon of the tournament. At the 2025 U21 Volleyball World Championship, Vietnam U21 was not highly rated in Group A apart from Indonesia. The opponents of coach Nguyen Trong Linh's team all had high rankings on the world leaderboard, including Argentina, Serbia, Puerto Rico, and Canada. However, Lan Vy and her teammates continuously created surprises. After defeating the host 3-0 in the opening match, Vietnam U21 caused a shock against Serbia, the world's 8th-ranked team, and then successively defeated Canada, ranked 21st. Puerto Rico, ranked 15th, losing only once in the group stage to Argentina, ranked 7th. Vietnam U21's victories were not due to luck. Coach Trong Linh's squad had the best preparation for the tournament. The young athletes had just competed in the National U23 Championship in. Before that, the 2025 VTV Cup. Beyond technical skills, the Vietnam Volleyball Federation, VFV, did not assign performance targets to the team but only required the players to exert their best effort and actively learn from their opponents. Thanks to a relaxed mindset and the know yourself, know your opponent strategy, Vietnam U21 kept creating surprises. Even when the young players faced an incident resulting in 4 forfeited matches and 1 player being banned from the tournament, they still secured 2 additional victories against strong opponents Egypt and the Dominican Republic, losing only to Chile in the 17th-20th placement match. Entering the tournament with the goal of learning first, Vietnam U21 became a phenomenon. If they had not unexpectedly received FIVB penalties, forfeiting 4 matches, the Vietnamese girls would have been among the top 16 teams in the tournament and could have made a real impact. Regret and hope. Vietnam U21's journey at the World Championship ended with a 3-0 victory over the Dominican Republic. Without FIVB penalties, Coach Trong Linh's team would have had 6 wins and 2 losses. It is regrettable for Vietnam U21, as they held a historic ticket to the round of 16 and could have advanced further. But issues outside the sport caused the girls to lose the opportunity to compete against the world's top teams. Not only was it disappointing, but Vietnam U21 was also affected by the carelessness and negligence related to a typing error by the organizing committee, where a banned player was still listed in the lineup for the next match. This is an unbelievable mistake at a major world championship. Yet, above all, the coaching staff and Vietnam's young players motivated each other to play with maximum responsibility for their country's colors. Coach Trong Linh stated that no matter which placement the team competed in, it should be considered as a final match, providing players with valuable experience for growth. From a technical perspective, Vietnam U21 became increasingly flexible and efficient with each match. Outside hitter Dang Thi Hong, despite a modest height of 1.72 meters, had extremely dangerous and consistent attacks, leading the scoring chart after 4 matches. After the 19-year-old hitter was banned from competition, Vietnam U21 still performed well offensively with key players like Bich Hue and An Thao. Even young middle blocker Le Thuy Linh had standout performances, while 17-year-old outside hitter Queen Hong, assigned to defensive duties, became the top scorer against Chile and the Dominican Republic. Setter Con Huyen and Libero Kiu Vy also demonstrated impressive form. Although there were still some issues with first step movement and stamina, Vietnam U21 showed balance across positions, and the players had uniform skill levels, avoiding any gap between starters and substitutes. Vietnam U21 represents the next generation for the national team. And based on their tournament performance, Ha Kiu Vy and her teammates, if continuously nurtured and trained, have a bright future. It is hoped that after this tournament, besides recognizing achievements, the Vietnam Volleyball Federation and the U21 team will draw lessons to prevent similar unfortunate incidents and continue investing strongly in youth volleyball. Discussion on fairness in sports. Fairness in sports is a core concept ensuring that all athletes, teams, and nations have equal opportunities based on skill, effort, and strategy, rather than external advantages. This is crucial for maintaining integrity, respect for rules, and the spirit of sportsmanship. Key aspects of fairness in sports include 1. Fair rules. All tournaments apply the same set of rules. Referees and officials must perform their duties impartially without favoritism. 2. Equal opportunities. All athletes participate based on ability, regardless of gender, age, skin color, nationality, or economic condition. For example, youth tournaments, U21 competitions, or weight classes help balance opportunities among athletes with different physiques. 3. Anti-cheating and anti-doping. Using banned substances or other forms of cheating compromises fairness and sportsmanship. Organizations such as WADA, World Anti-Doping Agency, closely monitor to ensure fairness. 4. Respect for opponents. Sports are not only about winning or losing but also about respect and fair play. Unsportsmanlike conduct, e.g. causing injury, insulting opponents, diminishes fairness. 5. Fairness in sponsorship and facilities. All teams and athletes should have relatively equal access to coaching, equipment, and facilities. This is vital so smaller or less resourced countries can still compete. Relating to Vietnam U21's situation at the U21 World Championship. After causing a sensation by defeating strong opponents in the group stage, this should have been Vietnam U21's chance to advance further. However, challenges immediately arose. 2/3 of the players were questioned and checked, with some in the community jokingly calling it men playing women's volleyball. The issue was revealed, and Vietnam received strict FIVB sanctions. The main reason was suspected age fraud. The incident also became a focal point for harsh commentary from accounts in Indonesia and Thailand. Is this just envy, or does it reflect the harsh reality of winner takes all, driven by human selfishness among teams and fans? It is important to stay calm and think carefully. FIVB, the International Volleyball Federation, has established clear and transparent rules for all tournaments, especially youth competitions like U21. All participating teams must strictly follow regulations regarding age, personal records, athlete registration, and other criteria to ensure fairness. Whenever any doubt arises, such as age fraud or registration errors, FIVB is obliged to investigate and apply sanctions to maintain order and the tournament's credibility. This is not intended to punish individuals or nations, but to protect fairness for all teams. In other words, Vietnam U21's issue was not due to unfairness or envy from other countries, but a natural consequence when a team does not fully comply with pre-established standards. Understanding this allows us to view the situation objectively, avoiding being swayed by emotions or extreme comments on social media. Gender issues. Obviously, after the verification process, FIVB concluded there was no penalty for Vietnam U21. This means the team's athletes competed fully in accordance with the rules. We can further analyze the issue of male characteristics in female sports, especially volleyball. In reality, this issue exists widely in women's sports worldwide. Many elite athletes from different countries possess exceptional muscle quality and physical strength, yet compete legally in female categories. The key point: they are female, with female hormones and physiological traits, but their bodies may appear and develop more muscularly than average due to higher male hormone levels than typical females. Judging or doubting them is unfounded and reflects a lack of understanding of competition rules. According to regulations, eligibility in female categories depends on hormone levels and sexual characteristics and does not require any gender reassignment surgery if standards are met. Therefore, any illogical conclusions or comments about gender are offensive and incorrect. We must respect the rules, respect athletes, and analyze based on official FIVB information. Fans from all countries, please remain calm and stop criticizing the Vietnam U21 team. All decisions and actions were based on clear rules set by FIVB. Instead of criticizing, cheer fairly and positively for your favorite teams. Encourage athletes to continuously train, develop skills, and enhance physical fitness, helping them compete fairly on the court and contribute to the sustainable development of their national teams. Proper support is the real motivation for athletes to grow, achieve high results, and elevate the standard of volleyball worldwide. Vietnam U21's journey at the 2025 U21 Volleyball World Championship brought many valuable lessons. The young girls demonstrated fighting spirit, adaptability, and ever-improving skills despite numerous off-court challenges. This is not only a story of results on the scoreboard but also proof of persistence, responsibility, and pride in wearing their nation's colors. If you love volleyball and want to stay updated with stories, objective analysis, and in-depth coverage of youth and national teams worldwide, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss any videos. Together, we can follow, cheer, and accompany athletes on their journey of growth, development, and contribution to elevating volleyball worldwide.